of you have done something and worked really hard and not gotten any recognition for it? Or maybe you went out of your way to do something nice for someone else and you got nothing in return. So think back to those times and think about how that made you feel. Not great, right? But then on the flip side, think about a time when you worked hard and you did get recognition. Maybe you made a really cool presentation for class and your friend was like, wow, can you show me how you did that? I think I might want to use that for my own presentation, or something similar like that. So it's about recognition. When you do something, you want people to notice. Acknowledging that you worked hard and you deserve that recognition. But it's also about maybe someone that you see in the hall and you recognize their face and you can smile at them and that can make their day. So it's really easy, a smile, a text, a note, an email, like taking time out of your day to thank people in your life. Maybe thank your parents for sending you here, or thank your friend for picking you up when you're down. So this summer, I'm a freshman in college, and I moved in a week early to do a leadership program called Quest. And it was a really great experience because then the first couple weeks of college, when no one really knew anyone, I already had like 60 new friends. So I would walk to class and I would see someone that I met, and even if I didn't know their name, we still recognized each other and we just smiled, and it makes your day, it makes you feel more comfortable. And one of the things that we did in Quest was free hugs. So I'm sure you've all heard of the concept, but the way we did it here is a group of us had them printed out, and we would just stand outside the dining hall, like where all the freshmen go to eat. It was the weekend after everyone got dropped off. So imagine this, you're dropped off at college, you aren't living with your parents anymore, maybe you miss your family, and there's just people outside just offering hugs. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love hugs, and they just make you feel good. And this was a really good experience because it made me feel good, and I knew I was making other people feel good. And it's something small like this that can make your day. This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." And it's always been one of my favorite quotes, but it's become a lot more meaningful to me recently. So this spring break, I went on an alternative spring break trip with BHLP to New Bern, North Carolina, and we worked with Habitat for Humanity on affordable housing. So like we built a house. And going in, I was scared. Like, I don't know how to build a house. I'm not capable of that. Like, I'm not a construction person. But what I learned is that you take it one step at a time. So we started with the base, and we had some nail guns and hammers and boards, and we just started going. And then next thing you know, by the end of the week, we were putting up the first wall on this house. My friend Sam, in that picture, they built that whole shed that I'm standing on top of in 3 days. And I helped with the shingles on the roof, and it was the greatest experience ever. But I would never have thought that that was something I was capable of until we took it one thing at a time. It's the little steps that add up into something incredible. So finally, I think I would encourage you to go out of your way to thank people and give recognition, because it's about the little things that you do that can make a big difference. And I'm sure you hear it a lot, and I'm sure you always hear that you're capable of whatever you want to do, but from my own experience that I just now, like, you are. Like, you can build a house. You can change the world. So Susan Lucci is a moderator for BHLP, and in a workshop on Crucial Conversations, she said this, and I thought it was incredible, that if you're afraid of being judged when you speak, but you don't speak, you're still afraid. And if you think about it, why wouldn't you say something? Maybe someone that you don't normally talk to, someone that you're not friends with, is wearing really cute shoes, and you wish you had shoes like that, but because you don't normally talk to them, you're afraid to compliment them. But think about it from their perspective. Maybe they weren't so sure about wearing those shoes. They didn't know if people would like them, but if you tell them that you do, then they're feeling more confident about themselves. And then maybe they'll take that confidence and they'll compliment someone else. And it's kind of like a snowball effect, and we're just creating a more positive and a happier environment for everyone. And this can be applied to anything. If you're too afraid to join a club, if you're too afraid to do anything, you're still afraid, so you might as well give it a try, and maybe it'll be the best thing. I was afraid to come stand up here, and I thought I was gonna mess up and do terrible, but I tried anyway, and I'm so glad that I just did. Thank you.